Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are on lesson 172 of Course in Miracles workbook lessons. Thanks for joining me. So these reviews, they're kind of short but sweet, but let's see what we can kind of dive into here. So for lesson 171, God is but love, and therefore so am I. And the first review, and this is from lesson 153. In my defenselessness, my safety lies. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Your defenselessness means you don't need to combat or defend any idea, thought, anything to anybody. And this is not saying I don't need to defend myself. This is not about the arrogant side of that coin. It is about knowing what is true and what is an illusion, false, just a holographic image. So when you find yourself, because if you're at this stage of the game and you're here watching this, that means you've done some work to know that there is no benefit by engaging in sometimes even conversation where you find yourself feeling defensive. But we're going to go deeper than that. Anything that is not of God, meaning love, compassion, peace, kindness, gratitude, connection, wholeness, feeling guiltless, all of that. If it's anything other than those things, it is not real. And when we defend, we are usually defending. You are defending in the face of that ego. When you can, and this is not saying you have to defend love. You don't have to do anything. Because usually when you are in a defensive mode, it's combative. Love just is. Truth just is. So defenselessness means putting down the sword, even to yourself. Anytime, again, you want to feel fear. Maybe your money situation isn't looking that good. Maybe the bank account has been looking a little droopy, more than normal. Maybe the business has slumped a bit. And your knee-jerk reaction is to want to go into, what am I going to do? How am I going to generate more income? What path should I take? That's not in a complete defenselessness. When you lay down those worries, concerns, fears, and thoughts and just say, it's all taken care of. I don't know how, but it's all taken care of. That is dropping the sword of battle within yourself. Oh, and with others, you're going to get real good at discerning where dialogue is going, in which direction. And, you're not going to be rude about it and just say, I don't want to engage because this is not my training. This is not my belief system. No, you're going to probably be very respectful and polite and nod and smile and respond in a way that is supporting the other in a non-judgmental way, saying, oh, I understand where you're coming from. It's just incredible when you put down that sword. You have zero need to engage in dialogue that could bring up conflict, even in the realm of like politics, the economy, things that are going on in the news, you find yourself just becoming completely uninterested because you know that there's nothing really going on. And when a person, and you tend to also not attract people that have any desire in those things, because as beams of light, as energetic, spiritual beings, you tend to attract, like a magnet, other like-minded individuals, and you'll find yourself funny enough meeting people that also have zero interest in news. And then you have a ha-ha, laugh. And that's going to become more commonplace, but you have nothing to defend. Even if you find yourself in the near future in a battle, you won't even use the term battle. It's a situation that I know will work itself out, but I don't need to go in guns a-blazing. I don't need to go in hiring attorneys. I don't need to go in with this. I got to win this. I got to have a plan. I have to have a strategy. You don't. Give it over to God. Give it over to the Holy One. Let Christ take your hand and say, we got this. We will lead you in the most graceful, warm-hearted way that is possible in that situation. The second review lesson from 154 is, I am among the ministers of God. God is but love, and therefore so am I. You are. And when you start attracting those of like mind, you're going to realize we are all ministers of God because we are all connected and all one. It's just some of us are not aware of it. And they may not be in this lifetime, and that's okay. Thank God they got you. Thank God they've got you that understands where they are on their journey, that is not going to judge them for where they are on their timeline. Might be vastly different from yours, and who cares? They'll get there. And it's really none of our business when they get there, how they get there. But God bless that they have you in their life as a minister of God to show them what grace looks like. When they're struggling or gnarled up in past shit, or in the middle of a contentious divorce, whatever it is, you as a minister of God will be able to show them what grace truly looks like, how to navigate a very difficult situation, what that looks like. And they may fight and they may resist, and you will be also okay with that, and you will be understanding, because we were all there at one point in this lifetime, most likely in this lifetime. Probably if you were already so connected and free of ego, you would probably not be here in this lifetime. You'd probably be still chilling up in the heavens. But we've all come here to learn this work, to go back to our source and to teach others, not as a omnipotent power, some, power trip, entity, being the one that's the guide, the leader, the guru. No, just showing them, helping them remember who they are by us remembering who we are. All right, lesson 172, review. God is but love, and therefore so am I. In my defenselessness, my safety lies. I'm among the ministers of God. And getting back to lesson with my defenselessness, my safety lies. You have to know that when you put the sword down, you are taken care of. There is nothing to be concerned about. You are taken care of. So you feel like your rights, your human rights, are being challenged in some way. The law has done you wrong a bit, and you need to fight back. Put down the sword, and you will see how safe you are. Because when you try to do this on your own, you are out there on your own. And if you turn your back to the one that really can help with the solutions in the most graceful, loving way, when you turn your back on that, yeah, you're out on your own. It does not feel safe. Put the sword down and just look up and say, I don't know. And I'm giving it over to you. Thank you for joining me today. God bless you and I love you. Till next review lesson. Hope to see you then. Bye.